Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is a video for those of you that won the contest. Congratulations to you. So I'm going to be doing you guys' reading. I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm just going to talk about the decks first. The decks I'm going to be using as the Soul Coaching Oracle cards, the Psychic Tarot, sorry about that, and the Beautiful Creatures deck. Before I get any further, I'm going to turn this off because I know it's gonna start making noise again. So I'm gonna start with the first person, who is passionate and loyal. Now your question, I'm gonna try and get to the root of it, but it's a bit like got a lot going on. Okay, it says you chose a justice card, and your question is, I really want to start a spiritual business, a spiritual meaningful astrology tarot business, but I'm not sure when, where, or how. I don't know if that's one question or not, but basically I'm looking for the universe is supporting me starting a business right now. Let's round it up and ask the universe what I should do about my spiritual purpose. Like, where in the world would I be most useful to the universe spiritually? I'm going to choose a psychic tarot for this, and we're kind of going to see what comes through, because sometimes when questions aren't clear, they're a little bit like, or sometimes the answer can be a bit unclear as well. But I can understand why you picked the Justice card, because the Justice card is all about needing clarity, needing understanding, and especially when you can't make a decision, you don't know how to move forward in something, and so there's no surprise that you picked that card, because that card, I guess, really sort of speaks to your situation. But I think a lot of the time the Justice card, the advice that comes along with it is that you have to have a clear vision and a clear mind. Sometimes you also have to be a bit harsh when it comes to your decision making, in order to just make a choice and make a decision. Because I think sometimes for too long we can stay in a process of deliberation, and it's the only reason why we're there a lot of the time is either because we're either in fear of not succeeding, and that's what's sort of keeping us stuck where we are, or it's literally a case of you're overthinking things far too much, and so it just means that you just don't know the first thing to do, because you're just confusing yourself, because you're just overthinking the whole thing entirely. And so I'm going to just see what cards show up for you. Just going to pull two cards, and you got the Sun, which in this deck is called the Light, and you got the Waiting Game, which is I believe would be the Two of Wands in a standard tarot deck. So what this is telling me is the Sun is saying that there's really good prospects for you to start a business and for you to move ahead. It's almost like the universe is giving you a sign in this card, because as you can see, this woman, she has her arms up to the sky, and you can see the light beaming down on her. So it's almost like she has favor. This is actually almost giving you the green light that there is something about you that is very special. And when the Sun comes up, the Sun to me is also saying it's about you being the light that radiates out. People that are called to do any kind of spiritual work or spiritual practice, that's what we're meant to come to do. We're meant to sort of be the givers of that light. And it's almost like it's telling you that that is what your purpose is, and that's the reason why you even feel inclined to start up this business. And I feel like the Sun is also telling you that, what you have within yourself is what needs to shine and what needs to be shown. So it's almost saying, don't hide away your skills, don't hide away any talents or abilities, because especially because of fear or because of uncertainty. Put yourself out there and let that light shine. Let your talents and your gifts speak for themselves, because you have something within you that wants to be shown. But I feel like right now you're kind of maybe just holding things back a little bit too much, because again, you're just sort of maybe trapped in a situation of fear and worry, and you're not really letting and you're definitely, I feel like you're overthinking stuff far too much. And it's just saying that the opportune time will come through for you. And because that was your first card, it's almost saying like the opportune time is now for you. And and it's on the top of the cards is like a 1 and a 9, so that adds up to 10. So it's like a state of completion, contentment, and self-fulfillment. So I feel like if you actually was to create this business, it will be something that will be highly fulfilling for you. The sun also is a very positive omen for endeavors that you want to partake in. So it could be saying that if you start things off, things can actually be even more positive than you even thought it would be. But I feel like, again, you just have to get over the initial hump and just try to work on something. um Even for myself, I think advice that I would give anybody else that is wanting to start up any kind of holistic business or anything like that, because that's what I've been doing like since about last year, is just sort of building up like business of my own, establishing myself more and more, is start. You don't have to start grand. You can start little. You can start with just uh you know if you want to do YouTube, you can just start with a YouTube channel. If you are more, if you don't really want to do videos, but let's say you want to promote yourself, you can use Facebook. You can use all different means, and those things are very small things, because it's not like you have to pay for it. It's not like when you first start that you have to make this grand commitment. It can be something that you just start and you just do, even just to get your toes wet and just to get something started. And I think that when you take that initial step, that's when you can, build upon that step. But if you don't do that, then you're just going to be stuck in the same position, and you just don't know how things are going to be, because you haven't even taken that leap of faith, that chance yet. And so I feel like this card is really saying that spirit is really guiding you in terms of this, and it's really supporting you again in shining your light and really showing people what it is that you have to offer. And with the two of wands, again, it's a card of opportune times. It does say there's a waiting game, so I think that you're kind of placing yourself in that waiting game, really. But it's saying that opportunities are around for you. Things can come to you at this time. Usually when this card, shows up in a more traditional form, it's like, it's like the person with the earth in their hands, because of the fact that they have all the opportunities that they need. They have everything that they need. Um uh they have the power to manifest what it is that they choose to manifest. But again, it's you taking that initial step to make it happen, because this, the two of wands is kind of like, you're not at the stage of inspiration, because you've already passed that stage. And I think you've had more than inspiration, because instead of getting the ace of wands, you got the sun, so that's even more energy that you've received. So with that being said, I feel like the part of inspiration has already passed, but what is really happening here is for you to be a bit more proactive, because I just feel that, again, there's opportunities. You can make it happen. You can bring these things into reality, but you're waiting on something before you really get started. And again, it's a choice that you have to make, because obviously we have two here. So again, it's a choice that you probably are stuck between, and you're just like it. And because you got a lot of cards that have a lot of energy, it's like you want to move forward. There's the energy to create, but you're just not doing it. But you should be, because this is the energy of procreation, and really bringing something through your energy to really come out and to create something. So again, I would say that definitely the potential is there for you, I feel, to really get started on something. But I feel that it's saying don't take too long with this whole thing. Don't let it take longer than it's supposed to. Anyway, create a plan for yourself, if anything. Like, have a journal that can be like your business journal, where you can plan out like all the different steps want to make in terms of your business. Or something that's really good, I don't know if you've seen them, but they've got the business workbooks. um what's her name now, Leonie Dawson, she has a business workbook. It's like a personal one and a business one. Something like that might even be really good for you, because it might just get sort of the juices flowing in terms of ideas that you want to manifest in terms of your business. And again, you have a lot of creative energy in your card, so and it's a very creative workbook. So I think that maybe that might actually really work with you, and it might actually help you to just gain a clearer vision as to what it is you want to do business wise, and that might help you to kind of get going on something. So those are your cards, and I hope this reading has been helpful to you, my love. So I'll move on to the next person. Okay, please don't let me lose the next person. Okay, okay, that is okay. Yayasurprize. Hello, I know you. And so, how do I get in touch with my spirit guides? Okay. Your spirit guides. I don't know why, but I feel guided to use the beautiful creatures for you. So let's just see what the beautiful creatures have to say about your spirit guides and how you get in touch with them. And yours is the wheel. You chose the Wheel of Fortune, which is an interesting card. The Wheel of Fortune is a time of that where you're going through significant changes in your life. And I feel like for you, a lot of these changes are taking place on a spiritual level, especially from the conversations that we've had. So it's, a transformative time for you right now, and the Wheel of Fortune is all about your fate and destiny changing. So I can really see that for you as well. So it's almost like the universe might be feeling like it's kind of taking control of things, but it's like you'll be safe in the universe's hands regardless of how things are panning out for you. Now you got the Eight of Fires and the Seven of Airs. Very interesting cards. The Eight of Fires is telling me your spirit guides are always in very close communication with you, because the Eight of Fires is about it can be about communication, and it's about communication from the heavens coming down onto the earth. So they're saying that they're always with you. They're always there. You can communicate with them at any time, any place, anywhere, and they will be there for you. They're also there, also helping you to be able to manifest your dreams, your goals, and your desires as well. So when it comes to communicating with your spirit guides, you can do it any way that you feel comfortable. You can, just the same way I'm talking to you, you can talk to them in the same kind of way. You can even talk to them telepathically. You can think things in your mind, and they can be assisting you in that sense as well. Um, you can use tools also if you choose to communicate with your spirit guides, like even asking them. If you have a deck, you could ask your spirit guides, what message do you want to tell me, or whatever, and then you can pick a card for yourself, and then that card could be a direct message from your spirit guides. Sometimes even in meditations, they will be speaking to you as well. Usually they can come through your meditations, especially if you set the intention to communicate with them before you actually go into the meditation. They can give you messages of clarity and understanding. But what I look with these cards is it's saying that there's no block between you and your guides. They're there for you. They're there to communicate whenever you're open to doing so. So don't feel like it has to be some kind of big thing, like you even need a tool, you need something. They're always there with you, and you can always communicate with them whenever you want to. I think maybe the difficulty that maybe you're kind of thinking in terms of connecting with them, which is kind of coming through with the Seven of Airs, is because of the fact that you're dealing with spirits. And I think sometimes we tend to think that we have to deal with spirits in a different way than how we deal with human beings, and that's not necessarily true. Even though they're spirits, they're even more closely attached to us, or closely connected to us, because of the fact that a spirit guide has been assigned to you to help you in this lifetime. So they're there whenever you need them to be. um what I'm also seeing coming through with these cards is there might be something that you're, again, is I feel like you're really needing clarity, and maybe that's why you want to communicate with them in the first place. I'm getting an impression that there's things that you want to manifest, and maybe you want their assistance, and I'm also getting, yeah, it's like there's things that you want to bring into reality quickly, fast. and maybe you're really depending on their help, and they're kind of saying with these cards that they're always there, they're always supporting you. So don't worry about that. You can communicate with them in any kind of way. Even if you want to create a manifestation journal, you can create a journal with the intention of basically everything you write in that journal to be in communication with your spirit guides, and that can be another way that you can find communication with them. Basically, I feel that the best way to connect with your guides is however you feel comfortable, whether that is in a written form, again having a journal, whether you just speak to them outright, whether you just do a prayer to them, anything like that. Like, there's so many different ways you can open up lines of communication. But definitely what I see here is that they're trying to tell you that they're always there with you, and they're definitely there guiding you in terms of your spiritual journey, and they're definitely assisting you in the transformations that you're going through within yourself and within your own personal development. So even if you may not be feeling like you are understood by them, they definitely can understand you. So know that for sure, that even though you may be feeling like, um are they hearing me, they are hearing you, and they are actually helping you and assisting you, even if at this point you don't really realize that they are. So those are your cards, and I hope this reading has been helpful to you, and good luck, my dear. Okay, the next one, let me put these cards back. Okay, the next one is Little Miss Glentoran. Glentoran? Hello, because you do comment and stuff, and thank you so much for your support, and thanks for being so sweet and everything, and patient with me too with the emails and stuff. I'm really bad with these things. I get too caught up in stuff, and things get delayed for me. But your question is, what does spirit want to tell me at this time? What signs is giving me about a dream man? Oop. Okay, let me fix that. Okay. Okay. I'm going to use a psychic tarot for your question. Signs is giving you about a dream man. Alright, let me see. Let me take one from the center. Oh, wow. Okay, you got authority. So it seems that this represents the dream man. I definitely can see. And then you have passion ignites. So it seems from looking at this dream man that he's definitely, what I'm seeing is he's a husband kind of material. He's a father kind of material. He's a man that is in it for the long haul. He's a man that is there to be a protector, to really play the part as a a a macho kind of man, a traditional man that has traditional kind of values in terms of his place, in a home or in a family or in a relationship. I feel like you're looking for somebody that is very mature, that knows themselves, understands themselves, a person that is very confident, very direct with their communication, and is just a person that also can be very, very protective, and um is and that there's going to be a future there. There's going to be a family setup and a living together arrangement. So I feel that you're really just in the place of wanting somebody that is here to stay and be in a committed relationship. And then when I see the passion ignites, it's saying that, again, it's like this person can bring out a sense of passion in you, and fire, and a sense of sexuality and sensuality, a connection that resonates deep within. And this could even be a spiritual connection, kind of looking for somebody that you do feel a soul connection, some kind of soul tie with. And so I definitely feel, if this isn't a man that is already current in your life, this is definitely somebody that can come into your life. And I feel like this this is truly what you desire in terms of a partnership. Somebody that is stable, secure, gonna come in, protect you, guide you, almost be that kind of leader of the household. And all of that is coming through, and all of that I'm seeing is really showing up for you, because you chose the Hermit card. And the Hermit card to me is kind of thinking maybe you're not in a relationship right now, because the Hermit is kind of somebody that is single, and you know, maybe that's what you're desiring. Maybe you're feeling a bit alone, you want a companion, you want someone to be with. And it's definitely saying that this dream guy, especially being that the cards seem to just be really indicating a man that is there, it definitely can be showing that this is somebody that can definitely come into your life. And I feel that they're going to ignite that passion and that fire and that excitement within you. So I just hope that you can sort of make it fit, because sometimes with the, I think I like when he shows up for a relationship that is the what do you call him again? Why have I forgotten his name? um I keep on thinking, I'm thinking of the Hermit, then I'm thinking of the Hierophant, then I'm thinking of it's the Emperor. Blech. But in this card deck is called Authority. But the Emperor to me is like, if you go for that thing, then he's fine. If you go for somebody that is like that, like you want a macho man and take care of you, all that kind of stuff, then he definitely is great. The only thing to me with the Emperor is sometimes he can be a bit too forceful at times for some kind of women, but it depends again what you go for, what you like in terms of a partner. And to be honest, because of this passion ignites card, which is the Ace of Wands, is kind of telling me that this person is going to be right up your alley. It seems, there's definitely going to be a physical attraction as well to this individual, and maybe a person that has that kind of characteristics for you. So in that case, it's good. And I don't know why, but usually I don't connect features and stuff when they come to come into cards. But even I'm kind of feeling like a man that could be coming into your life in a romantic way, he could be like this guy, like kind of a burly kind of guy. Like I don't, but I'm really just feeling that intuitively, like there's going to be this burly guy that is kind of strong. He has a kind of strong looking physique that could be coming into your life pretty soon. And that this whole passion ignites can be something that really comes, ends up manifesting for you. um so yeah, I like those cards for you. It's really nice. So I'll move on now. Good luck to you. The next person is, it keeps on rolling back to the top every time I turn it on. Who's my next person? Anna. Okay, Anna. Is that Anna Shake? I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. But hello, Anna. And your question is, I'm still holding on to a past lover. Is there some hope to rekindle our relationship? Okay. Oop, card's running away. Okay. I'm still holding on to a past lover. Is there some hope to rekindle our relationship? So let's see. I'm going to be using the Beautiful Creatures deck for you, Anna, for your question. There and there. Like that one's supposed to come out. Okay, you have the Lovers and you have the Fool. That's very interesting, because I picked these two cards, two separate parts of this deck, and yet you had two major arcana cards. So what that is telling me is that there's something very important centered around this relationship with this other person. It could be a fated or a destined kind of relationship. It could be somebody that you have some kind of soul tie to. Maybe that's the reason why you can't get over this person and you're holding on to things of the past. Because I don't like to use the word soulmates, because people tend to think that because somebody is a soulmate that they're supposed to be together the rest of their lives and do this other stuff. And my experience of soulmates is that that's not true. In fact, any and everyone in your life can be your soulmate. So soulmates aren't just about romantic connections, but I definitely see that when I look at these cards, being that they're both majors, it definitely looks like this person is someone that you have a soul tie to. And soul ties can go either way. They can be negative soul ties or positive ones. Um, but I definitely see that, and that's the reason why you're finding it hard to get over this person, because this person has been somebody very significant in your life. I can clearly see, and there is sort of, like I said, a fated or destined connection between you and this individual. And with having the lovers, obviously that represents the two of you guys together. This might have been a relationship that maybe did start off pretty well, and the lovers to me is two people that are quite mature, and they're trying to make it work, and they're trying to just be as a couple should be, and there definitely is a love connection that is taking place between these two people. And it's almost like, I believe the card interpretation when it comes to the book that came along with this deck is that they look at this dragon here as almost like the angel in the traditional deck, and it's almost like he's a protector of things, and he is almost like a guide as well. So maybe that's even how you felt about this guy. Maybe you felt like, in to a certain extent, he was somebody that you really valued his opinion, or you really valued his approach to things. um Again, I'm kind of seeing some things may have gone wrong. I kind of feel, this is just what I'm feeling intuitively. I don't know if he went away, I don't know if he traveled away or he just went somewhere else, but I'm kind of getting the impression that maybe he was at a distance for a time from you. And then again, it's like you really missed him, and you really hope for him to come back. And I feel like in some capacity, he definitely is going to come back, because with the Fool, it's almost like there's going to be a new beginning when it comes to this relationship. I feel like there's a new beginning coming through for you. Your cards are very spiritual cards as well. Um, so I feel like there's a new beginning that is going to be coming through for you, and it's an exciting beginning. It's a journey. It's traveling. So I don't know if you're going to meet this person or this person is coming to meet you, but I kind of felt more like they went away somewhere. So for you, it could be that maybe you're journeying to see this person, but it's almost like the relationship is going to take this period of transformation and change, and it's going to be refreshed and renewed. And I feel like you're going to be really happy with those results. It's like love is blooming between the two of you. I almost feel that when I look at these two cards, I feel like the love has always sort of been there. Like, it's, maybe things just took place that maybe caused you guys to separate. I'm kind of feeling that maybe even in some cases, this might have been something that the two of you, maybe you didn't necessarily want to happen, like, but it kind of just ended up sort of coming about. But I'm also seeing that it seems that you have undergone some changes yourself. Maybe you are even wanting to take more risks. Maybe you want to put yourself out there more, maybe more than you was before. Or maybe you're willing to do more in terms of this relationship than you was at one point before, and sort of bring it back and rekindle things. So I really feel like there is definitely a chance that the two of you are going to be able to get back together and work things out, and give things like a second chance, a second do-over. And it almost feels like you're going to be starting afresh, like from the very start of things. So yeah, that's really positive. So I hope this reading was helpful to you, Anna. The next person is Lamaj Lade. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I'm sorry. I'm not the best when it comes to names. So, Lamaj Lade. Okay. You had the full card, and it says, question, what do I most need to know? It's an interesting question. So let's go. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot for your question. What do you most need to know? What do you most need to know? Okay. Ooh, interesting cards. You have the seven. You have the Passion Ignites, which is the Ace of Wands, and then you have Deception and Envy. Very interesting cards. Both of the numbers that you have are numbers that talk about the self. And with this passion ignites, I don't know if it's a case of you're following your passion, or it's a case of you have something within yourself that you are really driven towards. And it's almost like other people could be jealous of you for things that you're maybe striving for, something that is new to you, something that really gives you joy and happiness, that you might not be getting the support that you need from other people. And so it's kind of saying, and what's very interesting in this card is like one person, like her eyes are closed, but this person's eyes are open. And so what that is kind of telling me is sometimes you can get so caught up in the passions of life or the passions of things that you desire and you want to do, that you don't even see people around you, and you don't even see that other people may not be as supportive to you in terms of the things that you are really trying to do for yourself. And it's kind of saying to beware of people that may have different kind of intentions than what you think they may have. Be wary of people that make promises, or people that are just negative, or they're not showing the support that you would like in terms of something that you are really passionate about or you're really interested in. Because these cards together is, when you look at the elements, is fire and air. So these kind of elements can mean that there could be drama between you and somebody else, or things can come to a head between you and somebody else, and that could cause problems between relationships. But I feel like it's what's interesting when I look at this first card, it looks like you're kind of even maybe oblivious to it. Like maybe you're just in just such a positive state of bliss that you just don't even see people that the envious and people that are just, But I also feel that the passion ignites can also be like your spiritual passions as well. Maybe you're learning things spiritually and it's just really resonating with you, and something within you is just being lit up, But still, I'm kind of feeling like there's people that don't like it, or there's people that almost don't like the new you, because this is a new beginning card. So you might be changing in ways that people are looking at you and thinking, I'm not really sure about this, or what that person is doing. And so again, I feel like you might not notice it at this time, but it might be something that sort of comes to your realization. And if that's the case, I would just say that, yeah, basically it looks like the way you're handling things now is the best way to handle it. It's sort of like, be caught up in your own happiness, be caught up in your own joy, and just don't allow the drama or anything of anybody else to really come in. Just sort of stay centered on yourself and your own development and your own sort of progress. Because I'm kind of feeling like, even, and this is something that just came through intuitively, I kind of feel like you're going through a change in terms of your ego. That was like something that was really random, but that's just what came to me just now. Like it's almost like your ego is sort of, you're learning how to release it, and you're learning how to get rid of certain maybe negative habits, or letting your ego rule you. But there's other people that haven't obviously reached that state of spiritual development, and they're kind of letting their egos rule them. But what I would also say to you is, just in case, obviously our egos can always show up in different circumstances, and it's kind of saying, don't let other people drag you back to that ego kind of centered space, because that's where they are. So if you are transforming and changing, you might even have to find that your relationships with other people has to change, or you might have to even sort of release other people as well, if they're not really helping you in terms of the change that you're making within yourself. And this is a very special change for you. I almost feel like there's a cleansing for you that is taking place in your life right now. Like, because fire could also has the cleansing capability of water. And so I feel like within yourself something is being cleansed away, and again it's like other people really don't like it, but this is something that is very special that is happening to you right now within yourself. So again, don't let somebody take away what is special to you, or downplay it, or make it seem like it's not the right thing for you, because it is. So yeah, that's your message. I hope it was helpful to you, and good luck. Take care. Bye. The next person is Cece Crown. Cece Crown. Okay, and your one was the Fool, the card that you chose. And it says, where to go next? I really want a new relationship, but I think I want a new job more. Okay, actually, I completely understand that. Um, so I guess you're kind of thinking, what do you do? Do you go for the career? Do you go for the relationship? I'm gonna be using the Beautiful Creatures deck for you. A card flipped out. Yeah, it shows that you're indecisive. You don't know how to move forward. You got the Two of Airs, very two different polar opposites coming up for you. You got the Sun. The Sun is new and fresh perspectives coming through for you. Okay, I'm kind of feeling like work might be might be winning. Because I always, that's why I don't read the cards usually that flip out. People ask me why, because sometimes a card that flips out is literally just connected to the question. Like it's not really giving you the answer, it's just sort of highlighting the question. And sort of like this card is the one that flipped out, but I just show it to you anyways because I did pull it out. And it's the Two of Airs, and that card is just showing what you basically said, is that you're indecisive, you don't know what to do, you have two different options. It's a card that it tells you that you have to follow your heart, you have to go within and see what is really meaning for you at this time. Thinking about things logically might not be beneficial to you. It's better to sort of go within. You pick the Fool card, so it could be showing that new beginnings are on the horizon for you, and maybe because new beginnings are on the horizon, that's the reason why you're indecisive, because there's new prospects that could be coming up for you, or that could have the potential to come up for you if you decide to go along with it. You have the Sun card, so again, positive things are coming through. But you know what, when I look at these cards together, it was the Sun card that showed up after the Goat of Airs. The Goat of Airs is the Capricorn card. um and that must be the King of Pentacles. So I'm kind of thinking for you, I'm kind of thinking that work is might be taking a center stage. Yeah, you might be indecisive about, do I go for a relationship, do I go for work? But to me, it can represent a person, the Goats of Airs. But when I was shuffling the card, I kind of shuffled them with the intention to show me a clear kind of work indication card, or a clear relationship card that would kind of bring it together. The Sun for me didn't give me that clarity, because the Sun could show up for a relationship as well as it can show up for a work situation. But the Sun is a very positive omen, so it's saying that again, I'm kind of feeling that new opportunities will come through for you that will be very positive. And with the Goat of Earths, I feel like it's saying that this might be in the area of your work. Because it's a card that represents working hard and getting to where you want to be, striving to get to where you want to be. It can be that you want to move up the ladder, you want bigger and better for yourself. You're a person that you're very responsible, and you want to um you're prepared to do the hard work and toil that is going to see you be successful in what you want to do. Along the way, you may have some difficult lessons to learn, so it could be saying that you might be the kind of person that feels that things sometimes don't progress maybe as fast as you would like them to, because the goal of herbs can be a bit of a slow moving progressive energy. But the good thing about it is that it shows that whatever you work on, you keep, pretty much. So it's almost like saying, okay, if the hard work you put in, there would be a reward that comes at the end of it. It's not going to be short lived, because of the fact that you put in the hard work and the effort to reach that goal in the first place. And so it's almost like saying that if you choose the work option, I feel like something really positive will come through for you. Something that you've been desiring will come through for you in terms of work, or opportunity will just sort of light up your world. Like, you'll be so much happier once it sort of comes through. Um, but again, it all comes down to, because the two of earths came, the two of airs came through first. It comes down to you going within and making a choice from within yourself. The two of earth represents, don't let other people's influence force you to make a choice. This choice has to come from you. It has to be a choice that resonates with your soul, with your spirit. So don't allow others to influence that. Go within yourself, and what is true within yourself will be what you manifest outside of yourself. So this is about you following your intuition, following your inner knowing. And I feel like if you do that, if you follow your inner knowing, then that's when the sun will come through, positive things will come through as a result. And then again, I'm seeing sort of hard work being able to pay off for you if you take more action in terms of even making money, if you take more actions in terms of your work and what you're set to do. Because this card also represents that work is something that's really important to you. That's probably why you're sort of weighing up your options and really stuck, because you might be the kind of person that you're maybe used to really putting a lot of effort into the work that you do, and you take it very seriously. You're very responsible, you're a reliable kind of person. And so yeah, I'm kind of feeling more the work stuff. But again, I always feel that a reading should be a guide, but a reading should never force you into feeling like you have to listen to everything I have to say. Like the card said, is this ultimately has to come from you, and you doing what resonates with inside you will produce the best outcome at the end of the day. So yes, I hope this reading has been helpful to you. Peace and blessings to you. I'll now be moving on, and I believe the next person should be Rebbecca Trotter, I believe. So let me see. Yeah. Rebbecca, hello. And it says, I want to know, should I stay or walk away from the Taurus man I'm in love with? Okay, well, I'm gonna use the psychic tarot for you, and we'll see what comes through. So, okay. Oh, all right. You got the Six of Swords card. Moving on, and it says positive movement forward. Now, these cards are interesting, because what the Six of Swords sort of represents for me is moving from a state of challenge and difficulty into a state where things becomes smoother and better, more progressive for you. The eight, ah, because this is the Six of Swords in the traditional tarot. This is the Eight of Pentacles, I believe. Yeah, Eight of Pentacles in in the traditional tarot deck. And so what is kind of telling me is that things in your relationship can actually move forward. I don't feel that necessarily, like, from looking at this card, you have to just walk away, because the Eight of Pentacles, to me, when it shows up, it says that things can be rekindled between you and this person. What I'm kind of feeling needs to take place here when the eight shows up, this particular card kind of shows up, is that it's saying that things have to be reworked in terms of this relationship to become better. and it's going to take work and commitment on both of your parts to be able to transform things. It's saying that there is potential here. When I look at both of these cards, there's potential for things to improve. There's potential for the two of you to, like it's showing here, to kind of sail into the sunset together, move into a more positive space with one another. But I feel that that's going to come from the hard work that both of you will be prepared to do for one another, to be able to rework the relationship. Because this card to me is like a do-over. It's almost like you guys have to, I don't know, it's almost like this card shows up when you built a relationship, but it wasn't quite right. It wasn't quite right. It didn't fit quite right. Things wasn't handled the way it should have been handled, and then it just wasn't as it was supposed to be. So it's almost like, okay, when you decide to, okay, let's get together, let's give it a second chance to rework it. That's kind of what it is. So it's like you have to give it a second chance to sort of make it right. But that second chance to make it right can only work if the two of you are going to decide that, okay, we're going to start afresh on this relationship, and we're going to try and stabilize things. We're going to try so that there's a future between the two of us. And so we're going to have to learn how to sort of bring things together. What I see with this card is that it can sort of lead to a bit of a make or break period in a relationship, in that it's saying that you either have to work on stuff or else it's going to fall apart. Because if you don't put the work in, it's a situation that is not going to transform by itself. Sometimes in relationships, sometimes they, certain cards can show up that shows that, yeah, things will transform, it will be different. But this card is saying it can only be different if there is an effort that is made in order for the two of you to really move forward. I don't know why, but I'm kind of feeling like there is a sense of a physical movement with these cards. So I don't know if it's a case of the two of you are either wanting to move somewhere else, or there is a case of the two of you are thinking of or planning on taking a trip together or something like that. But I'm kind of feeling that that kind of movement, even if it's taking a trip together or spending quality time with each other and really being able to really connect with each other in by maybe retreating somewhere, going on a trip, might actually work out quite well between the two of you. Because I feel like when this card shows up, it's saying that you need to kind of be in an environment that is a bit more conducive to the two of you connecting. Because whenever I look at this card, I always think about the card previously, and the card previously always represents challenge, difficulties. It can represent somebody feeling defeated, like someone has the ball in their court and they're thinking about themselves, and then the other person is kind of feeling like defeated by the situation, because this other person has sort of taken control, or this other person is just, you feel like it's kind of being selfish, or it's sort of a card of selfish victories. And that might be something that you guys may have had a problem with in terms of your relationship. But it's saying that if that's been the case, things are going to move on. They do have the potential to get better. But again, like I said before, it comes with an effort that has to be made. So, but the good thing is, it's not saying that all hope is lost, which is positive, is good in that respect. So, I hope this reading has been helpful for you, Rebecca. Please, peace and blessings to you. See you, bye. So, the next person is, who's the next person? Yolanda MacDonald. You're the next one. Let's see. Yolanda. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Will I receive a windfall soon? Woohoo! I like that. I feel guided to use the Psychic Tarot for you as well. So let's see what the Psychic Tarot has to say. And you chose the Wheel of Fortune, so you're really hoping for a windfall with that card, because that card can represent windfall. So it's a good card to meditate on, I guess, and in that respect, if that's what you're wanting to manifest. So will I receive a windfall? Let's see. Um, all right. Meh. You got the sixth card is memories and love. So this would traditionally be the Six of Cups. This is the six, yeah, six again. The Six of Wands. Yeah, Six of Wands. And as you can see at the bottom, it says victory and success. So something positive is coming through for you. Again, it's not the wheel, the wheel of fortune, which is that which for sure represents like proper windfall coming through. But the Six of Wands is again a victory card. It's a card of um notoriety, recognition, being rewarded for your hard work, people seeing you, acknowledging you, people praising you for what you do. And so and it also represents a kind of either a promotion or like raise or being moving up in position. So it's it's a very positive omen for your question. So something is coming through for you. The windfall, it seems, is coming through. Something is making your life better. It's going to be improving. That is going to be coming through, and you're going to hear from these people soon, whoever these people are. I think that it's this with the Six of Memories. It could be even something that is coming back from the past, like maybe that's what is connected with this windfall you're talking about. It could even be somebody that might even be responsible for this in some kind of way. Somebody from the past, somebody that a family member, friend, could be. But again, I'm feeling like it's an opportunity that is coming back to you, and this time it's like you're going to get this opportunity and you're going to hear back from them really soon, because as you can see, he has the horn blowing and you got two sixes, so it's talking about peace, harmony, joy, things being brought into balance for you. So I really love those numbers, because what this that is coming through is going to be giving you that peace, happiness, joy, and victory and success. So and it's going to bring your life into greater like a just it's almost like the first thing that came into my mind is no worries. So if you've been worrying, it's sort of clearing worries, and so you can just feel more relaxed and feel more settled in your life once this comes through. So if your cards look very positive, I do have to say. And um I think it's interesting that in this card is hand sort of holding on to the tea candle. So it's saying you will be able to physically grasp what is coming to you, and it's like floating on water. So it might have been something that you may have been able to sort of take and have for yourself maybe for quite some time, but it's like for some reason now you're able to get it finally. Um and then it's like you hear back and there's a celebration attached and other people being happy for you. Um, so yeah, it's really positive. So things are going to be looking up for you financially, Yolanda. So I hope this reading has been helpful for you. Peace and blessings to you. And the next person is Claire Blythe. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly. I'm so sorry. But you chose the Wheel of Fortune also. And and you said, when will I meet the man I will settle down with and marry? Timing questions are quite difficult with the tarot, because sometimes it can be hard to determine when particularly you might meet somebody. The cards are more likely to tell you maybe a bit of information actually about the individual versus when you might actually meet, but we'll see what shows up about when. Timing card. Actually, maybe I'll pick a card from this one to just see what additional information, and then I can pick one from the psychic tarot as well. So I'll be using both decks, the Beautiful Creatures and the Psychic tarot. So I'm gonna shimmy this. Okay. You got cards that make me think more. I feel like the message they're giving you is more about your current situation than a future romance. The first thing I'm kind of thinking of is maybe you've had a hard time getting over somebody from the past. Maybe there's a sadness that you feel you had to walk away from a relationship situation and it's made you sad, and maybe there's a mental conflict in terms of you thinking about this person, maybe a person from the past, or there's some kind of conflict is saying some kind of mental conflict that you've been going through that has meant that you've had to walk away from a situation feeling sad, or feeling, again, mental conflict can be uncertainty. You don't know what choice to make. The choice lays with you, but then you have to kind of find a way to move forward. It also could be that maybe you may have even had your heart broken in the past and you're kind of wanting to preserve, like you wanted to protect yourself from receiving hurt again or upset again. Maybe that's why you're looking for a relationship and wondering about this next person. Um, because I was sort of concentrating more on timing because you did want to know a time. With the Two of Swords, it kind of tells me, to me the swords energy represents more months. So it could even mean that you might even meet somebody in 2 months. But what I'm kind of seeing is it's telling me a different message than what you're asking. I'm sorry, I have to say. To me, I feel like it's telling me about somebody that you're going to meet soon, but this person isn't going to be the right person for you. And I think that this person, again, it might be where you have the mental conflict. Like this person may approach you, you might be very undecided about whether you want to be with them or not. They might be interested in you. You might actually have had a past history with this individual, but then you decide to walk away from this person because maybe this person has caused you hurt or issues in the past. So I have to say I do apologize for that it didn't clarify. I kind of feel guided to pull an additional card for you because I just feel like there's some kind of conflict, or there's almost like a sadness I'm kind of feeling with these cards, and so I just kind of feel guided to kind of pull a soul coaching card for you. And this is the card that showed up, which is got a completely different energy to these other cards, and it's saying adventure, wonderful new experiences fill my life. So I don't know if you're going on an adventure, you're going to be in a different environment or a different place, but I feel like that might be beneficial to you almost. Because this card to me just feels so much more positive than the ones that you have that are laying in front. Maybe that's what you need, is to be able to sort of start over again in some kind of way. Or it could even be indicating, if you are going on a trip soon, that this might be where you hear from, or this person communicates or contacts you, or you meet this person that can be coming into your life that I don't really feel things are going to work out between you and them. Another thing that I'm feeling with these cards as well is it's saying don't don't just go after somebody because of feeling a sense of loneliness or a sense of longing, because I feel like you might give the wrong person a chance, and that person is like, it's not going to be the right kind of situation for you. It's not going to be the situation that you want it to be. So it's kind of saying, really be careful in terms of the people that you kind of like get really close to, because I feel like people that you get close to, you could stand the risk of getting close to the wrong kind of people. So I would say take your time with new people that you meet. take your time with new people that you experience. And I feel like this card is almost telling me that this is more time for you to concentrate on the things that can make you happy in your life, the more personal development aspect of self. And basically, things will fall into place at the right time. It'll fall into place at the right time. Like sometimes it's best not even to focus on when you meet somebody, because it's best to just focus on yourself and then just have everything fall into place versus almost trying to control your destiny. And I think that's why sometimes timing can be really difficult with the tarot cards, because sometimes timing can be it's all relative. It's relative because it's okay, what am I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to put it in a way that makes sense and just doesn't sound all over the place. What I'm trying to say is that, we control our own destinies, and sometimes things happen at times where we can't be certain because of the fact that um nothing is written in stone in our lives. I think that the message that is coming through in your cards is not really a predictive message. It's more a message that is trying to guide you at this time in your life right now. um Again, it might be showing that there's some conflicts or things that you might be experiencing. Maybe there is something again that you may need to leave behind, a person that you may need to leave behind, and in order to experience something better for you, something better for yourself, being able to maybe focus more on yourself, what it is that you want out of life that can bring about more happy and joyous experiences for you. Because I feel like there could be an emotional situation that is best being left behind. So I kind of feel like these are cards that are saying that there's still some things that you have to work through within yourself, and maybe before somebody comes in or the universe brings somebody in that is going to be sort of that long-term partner that you're looking for. I'm not saying at all that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that in these cards, like, they're more speaking of maybe a situation that you're going through versus talking about the future. And sometimes that just happens. The cards kind of show at times what they want to show. But I still hope that this reading has been helpful to you, and peace and blessings to you. um the next reading is for Bia Brown. And it says, my question is, will I ever have a lasting relationship? Okay. I'll just use this one, Psychic Tarot. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Will you have a lasting relationship? You got partnerships and alliances, card number 3. You got discontent and boredom, card number 4. Now 3 would traditionally be the 3 of Wands card. 4 would traditionally be the 4 of Cups. So it's almost like it's telling me why things aren't working out with you. You chose the Hermit card. The Hermit card again can speak of loneliness. Kind of makes you look at these cards. Feeling lonely, feeling on your own. You might be wanting, again, you desire a partnership, but then for some reason your back is turned towards partnership. It's almost like saying love could potentially be there for you, but I feel like the love that you are wanting, you're not seeing. What these cards are kind of telling me is that, remember that love takes all forms. Sometimes a person that you may not look at as a lover could actually be a really good partner for you. So sometimes we have a really specific idea in mind of who we want to be with, the type of person that we like, you know and that kind of thing. And sometimes that can block us also from finding the right kind of love. You also might have high expectations. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to have standards and stuff like that. But I feel like this card usually shows up where opportunity has been given to you. So it's kind of saying that love is around you, love is being offered, but you don't want to take it. And again, I feel like you don't want to take it because for some reason it either doesn't look the way you want it to, or it's not the way you want it to be. And it's sort of like you're choosing a state of isolation. You're choosing a state of being single. Um, this free card is a card of that sort of speaks of development. It speaks again of showing that partnerships and alliances are there. It's not like it's not there. There's somebody, I feel like there's somebody in your life that probably does want to be with you. And again, I feel like you're not wanting that person, or you're not even giving them the time of day, or maybe you just don't look at them that way. Um but it's like that somebody is extending their hand to you. Somebody wants to be with you, but you're just sort of saying no. I don't want that person. That's not what I want. And it's like you've made the choice of sort of being by yourself. Um, what the Three of Wands also sort of makes me think of is, I think the two is more like opportunities that can come to you. The three, I'm kind of feeling like it can, it's a number of what you can create for yourself. Four is that you want stability. I guess that's what you want in your life. You want stability. You want somebody that's going to be there. Maybe you want a kind of a long-term relationship where you're living together and you have that kind of commitment with that person. But what is interesting, which I just noticed and I've never noticed before on this card, is that there's different rainbow colors showing on the bottom of on the floor, and he's not even acknowledging it. He's still in the dark. Instead of looking at the light, he's looking at the dark. And so I feel like it could be saying with these cards that you might be in a bit of a negative space when it comes to relationships. It's either like you're in a negative space, or you're in a space of, again, not seeing the possibilities that are really out there for you. So what I would say is, if you find that you spend quite a bit of time by yourself, it might be saying you need to get out more, you need to put yourself out there more. It also could be saying, try not to think negatively about future prospects in terms of relationships. Again, I'm kind of getting the feeling that love is there if you want it to be there, but it's about giving somebody a chance where the two of you can actually work together, be together, and form a bond with one another. I feel like there's somebody that really wants to support you in terms of your life. Sometimes this other card as well can also represent um a state of sort of being aloof as well. And it could even be that maybe that you're sort of wrapped up in something else as well. Something else might be taking your attention, um, that you're concentrating on, that is making you sort of miss maybe opportunities when it comes to love. I don't know if it's also a work situation that could be affecting that as well. Maybe you work a lot as well. And so it also could be a card that is kind of making me feel like maybe you don't even have all the time for love as well. But again, I feel like the bigger message is saying that love is around you if you want it. It's just a case of you sort of giving a chance, or to somebody that maybe is interested in you, but you just didn't want to give them the chance for one reason or another. So those are your cards, and I hope this reading has been beneficial to you, Bia. And it says, okay, now I moved on to the Facebook people, and this is Penny's reading, and it says, am I on the right path with my love life? So let's see. I'm gonna use the beautiful creatures and see what comes through. Am I on the right path with my love life? Okay, interesting cards. Um, okay. What you have is the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry about that delay. It's just my phone is acting crazy. You have the Empress, and you have the Unexpected, which is the Tower. But you chose the Wheel of Fortune, which is very interesting. The Wheel of Fortune is about changes, can be sudden changes, transformations, things that go from, it can go either way. The wheel is something that you can't control, and it's sort of fate and destiny. And the Tower has a similar kind of energy, in that it's something that comes in, that breaks things apart, and that is it's something that it's not always something that you expect with the Tower. The Tower is a removing of an old foundation, an old situation, to embrace a new. The Empress could be showing that maybe this is a relationship where you've been very committed to this person, but I can't help but see sort of the sadness in this person's eyes. So it could be that maybe you've been in this relationship for quite some time, and you might even have children with this person. You might be, you might have some commitments with this individual. Maybe you live together, but I feel like there's a sadness. There's things that's going on that may not be bringing you the happiness that the relationship really should be bringing you. It seems that there's some work that needs to be done in terms of this relationship, but then it's sort of saying that things might be broken apart, things might actually come to a head. And funnily enough, just for clarity, I pulled an additional card, and it's the Emperor. So this might actually come from your partner. I feel like you might find out something very suddenly, or you might even get into a really big argument. Like, the Tower can also represent arguments and disagreements as well. I feel like the foundation of your relationship is being shaken up, and it's one of them cards that is saying that it could potentially it could potentially end in there being a breakup, potentially, in this relationship. It can be a breakup, or it's definitely showing that something is going to happen in the relationship that is really going to turn things on its head. And again, with the Emperor, with the Empress, and I'm telling you, I did actually pick these cards from different sections of the deck, so they weren't next to each other. And so I'm really getting the impression that this is a relationship that has taken, where the two of you may have been together for like a really long time. You could even be married to this person too, but there's some kind of commitment, deep commitment between the two of you. But then it's saying that the foundation that you created over years is going to be broken down. And to be honest, I feel like it's something, if you, being that you asked the question, it probably is that you've sort of been feeling like this is coming. And it's saying that if you feel that it's coming, it's gonna take place, it's going to happen, and you're just gonna have to kind of unfortunately ride it out when it comes. I do think you are knowing that it's coming for sure, because you can see this eye in this jar, and to me it's sort of representing the all-seeing eye, or the third eye. So I think that this is it's like you can feel already that things are probably breaking apart, or that things are changing. And so but it probably hasn't finally come to a head yet, but I feel like it really is going to. And yeah, I feel like it's really going to be coming to a head. I feel like it's going to be some realization that you might even come to as well. Could be a realization you come to, or something that is communicated to you that really shakes things up in terms of this relationship. but I'm really feeling like there's going to be a pretty big argument that takes place between the two of you guys. So do be careful in handling that and dealing with that. But because it obviously is not the easiest of energies. Whenever I kind of get like cards that are a bit challenging, which I am sort of seeing for you, I do feel guided to pull a soul coaching oracle card, because it kind of can just shine a bit more, sprinkle of positive light. And interestingly enough, you got flow, and it says the glory of the universe flows through me. So it's almost saying with this card that you have to go with the flow. Like this blowout or whatever is going to take place, again, like I said, it's going to happen regardless. And it's saying that you have to sort of go through the tide and ride it out, because it's almost like it was destined for this to come to a head. And I just realized that all these cards as well are major arcana cards. So it's saying that the universe is making this happen. The universe is making stuff change. And I feel like it's when the universe does that, is because there's a bigger purpose, there's a bigger meaning to why this has had to take place. I feel like it's almost like saying that you need to break free. You need to break free, because I don't feel like you're happy in this relationship anymore. And I think maybe to a certain extent you don't want to continue on with the way things have been. And it's saying that when things sort of does hit the fan, it's saying just go with the flow. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to stop it. Maybe in the past you tried to resist things coming to a head. Maybe you tried to avoid certain situations or certain subject matters that may have meant that um difficulties or arguments may have ensued as a result. And but it's now it's sort of saying that you can't keep on trying to prevent what is going to be inevitable at this point. So yes, peace and blessings to you. I hope this reading has been helpful to you. I have one final person, but they are not they haven't said what their question is, so I'll probably go do her separately. But yes, I'll see you guys. Bye.